Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. I'll begin by sharing with you a poem that I wrote several years ago in 2005 when I was invited to read and present a paper at the World Congress of Poems in Beijing, China. I had thought long on what I would share with my colleagues, the poets of the world. They're united, and this is what I wrote. It's entitled, If We Do Not Speak. If we do not speak to praise the earth, it is best we keep silence. Praise air that fills the bellow of the lung and feeds our heart's blood, that carries light, the smell of flowers and the seas, the songs of birds and the wind's howl, that conspires with distance to make the mountains blue. Praise fire that lights the day and warms the night, that cooks our food and gives motion to our wills, that is the heart of earth, this fragment of a star that burns and purifies for good or ill. Praise water that makes the rivers and the seas, that gives substance to the clouds and us, that makes green the forest and the fields, that swells the fruit and wombs our birth. Praise earth that is the ground, the mountain, and the stones, that holds the forest and roots our sustenance, that is the garden and the desert sand, that builds our bones and salts the seas, the blood that is our home and place. If we do not speak in praise of the earth, if we do not sing in celebration of life, it is best we keep silent. We are gathered today, particularly in celebration of the earth, that we have forgotten to celebrate because of mistaken myths to which we are heirs. We have never been expelled from paradise. We have just fucked it up with our carelessness, our greed, and our fear. We call blessing upon this land and upon this action to reclaim with love that which is of which we are a part, to reclaim and occupy with love and justice that which has been blasphemed, and remind ourselves that no spot upon the earth is not sacred, no matter how blasphemed, and it is up to us to reclaim it, reconsecrate it with reverence and awe and love. So in the tradition of the peoples of this land, we call in the four directions to situate ourselves. We call upon the east, the direction of understanding and wisdom and illumination, and call upon the south, the direction of growth and love and trust, and upon the west, the direction of maturity, introspection, and strength, and upon the north, direction of purity and cleansing and purification. And we call upon the above, the cosmos, the infinite, of which we are a tiny, tiny little insignificant speck. And on that speck, we are an even less significant spot. But small as we are, it is up to us in our consciousness to bring about a sacredness that has been lost. So we praise the cosmos, the things. And we invoke the below, the earth, from which we come, to whom we go, the mother of all our gods and goddesses that ever were, that ever will be, the earth that bears us, and without which we are nothing, and to whom we must rededicate ourselves. And having situated ourselves in the directions, and then the above and the below, we establish the center on which is rooted the tree of life that brings together the four sacred elements of sacred air, sacred fire, sacred water, and sacred earth that brings forth life. My brothers and my sisters, and my other relations, the other animals, the hoof, the fin, the horn, the scaled, and the relations, the plants, the trees, the brush, the grass, and the relations, the minerals, the stones, the pebbles, the sands, all brothers and sisters of the one holy and inviolate earth, of which we must never, never, never forget, because to do so courts our self-destruction and the destruction of the planet herself. We are brothers and sisters, all of the same flesh and bone of the Great Mother. This is not an illusion of a poet and a metaphor. This is a fact. If I were to draw a drop of your blood and subject it to all the tests, chemical and microscopic, it will show that it contains a trace of every element of which the earth is made. There is no paradise in the never, never land of our imaginations and our myths, but the paradise that we must recreate here upon this earth, so that we can live the short space of our lives, tragic as that may be, with a fullness of joy and of love and of sharing. If you learn anything, if you would teach anything, the first and last lesson should be love, and the awe for that which is that which is existence. To teach any less is to teach valueless things, because without love, without that sense of reverence, whatever you may learn, whatever you may teach, is not only sterile, but can be dangerous. Blessed be, and blessed be your task upon the earth, to enjoy, bring about healing and abundance and sharing, and live our lives with joy, which we must never allow to be compromised, for in our joy is the root of our powers. I want to have a bumper sticker made, "Don't fuck with my joy," because I think that whenever a brother or a sister or a relation of mine is hurt, I am hurt, and that compromises my joy, and that I will not tolerate. Blessed be.